In the world of adult entertainment, fame often comes with a hidden cost. For some, it's a path to empowerment and financial independence. For others, it's a dangerous road marked by vulnerability and tragedy. Tonight, we tell the stories of 5 women: Emily Sandler, Taylor Summers, Suzana Alves, Carol Maltesi, and Sophia Leone, whose lives were cut short by brutal acts of violence. Their deaths shocked communities, raised questions about the adult industry, and left behind grieving families. This is their story. The adult industry is a complex world, often misunderstood, where performers navigate fame, stigma, and personal struggles. These 5 women, each with their own dreams and challenges, met tragic ends. Through their stories, we explore not just their deaths, but the lives they led and the questions their cases leave behind. We're diving into a difficult but important story. These women were daughters, friends, and, in some cases, mothers. Their lives were more than their profession, and their deaths demand our attention. Before starting, let's make magic by using just 5 seconds to subscribe, and like so to make our society a better and safer place. First on the list is Emily Irene Sandler. Was an 18-year-old student at Butler Community College in El Dorado, Kansas, with a bright smile and big dreams. Known to her friends as outgoing and ambitious, she was also known in the adult world as Zoe Zane, a persona she adopted for an internet pornography site shortly after turning 18 in 2007. Emily was so full of life. She was private about her work in adult films, but she wasn't ashamed. She saw it as a way to pay for school and build a future. None of us could have imagined what happened. On November 23, 2007, Emily was last seen leaving a bar in El Dorado with 24-year-old Israel Mireles, a waiter at a local restaurant. Blood was later found in Mireles' motel room, and Emily's car was still parked at the bar. 6 days later, her body was discovered 50 miles east of El Dorado, stabbed and strangled. Mireles was arrested in Mexico and, in 2010, convicted of her rape and capital murder. The case was high profile because of Emily's involvement in adult films, but investigators were clear: her work wasn't the motive. This was a crime of opportunity, a violent act by someone she knew casually. Emily's death sparked debates about media sensationalism, with her adult film career overshadowing her identity as a student and friend. Her memorial site criticized the press for exploiting her story, noting that her porn site gained more views after her death than during her life. Emily's story reminds us how quickly a life can be reduced to headlines. Next, we turn to Taylor Summers, whose death remains shrouded in mystery. Second celeb star is Taylor Summers was a 23-year-old adult film actress whose life ended tragically during a bondage scene. According to the Internet Adult Film Database, her death was classified as a murder, but details are scarce. The lack of public information highlights a broader issue. Many performers' deaths go underreported, their stories lost to stigma or lack of media attention. Taylor's case is tough because there's so little out there. The adult industry can be a closed world. Performers often work under pseudonyms, and when something goes wrong, it's not always reported thoroughly. Her death raises questions about safety on sets. Without confirmed details, Taylor's story serves as a cautionary tale about the risks some performers face in unregulated or high-risk scenes. Was her death a result of negligence, malice, or something else? The absence of answers underscores the need for better protections in the industry. Taylor's story is a gap in the narrative, a reminder of how many voices go unheard. Next, we look at Suzana Alves, another performer whose death is clouded by limited information. Third celebrity is Suzana Alves, a 21-year-old adult film actress, is listed as murdered in the Internet Adult Film Database. Like Taylor Summers, her story is frustratingly vague, with little public information available. What we do know is that she was young, likely navigating the challenges of a controversial industry, and her life was taken too soon. Cases like Suzana's are often buried. The adult industry doesn't always keep detailed records, and performers can slip through the cracks. Her death being noted as murder suggests a violent end, but without more data, it's hard to piece together what happened. Suzana's case highlights the gaps in documentation and support for adult film performers. Her story, though brief, is a call for greater transparency and accountability in an industry that often operates in the shadows. Host in studio. Host. Suzana's death, like Taylor's, leaves us with more questions than answers. Now, we turn to a case that shocked Italy and the world. Carol Maltesi. The fourth celebrity is Carol Maltesi, known as Charlotte Angie, was a 26-year-old Italian-Dutch adult film actress and OnlyFans star. A single mother to a 6-year-old son, she turned to adult work during the COVID-19 lockdown to support her family, reportedly earning up to $16,000 a month. In January 2022, her life was brutally ended by her neighbor, Davide Fontana. Fontana, a 43-year-old banker and food blogger, confessed to killing Carol during a violent encounter. He admitted to beating her with a hammer while she was tied up, then slitting her throat. For 2 months, he stored her dismembered body in a freezer, paid her rent, and impersonated her on social media to delay suspicion. Her body was found in March 2022 in Brescia, Italy, identified by her distinctive tattoos. I got a tip about Carol's identity after police released photos of her tattoos. I messaged her WhatsApp, and someone, Fontana, replied, pretending to be her. That's when I knew something was wrong. Fontana was sentenced to life in prison in 2023 for aggravated murder and concealing a corpse. Carol's son, now living with relatives, spoke of fearing he'd forget his mother's face. Her death highlighted the personal struggles of performers balancing their work and private lives. Carol's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the vulnerabilities performers face, even outside their work. Finally, we turn to Sophia Leone, whose recent death remains under investigation. Fifth celeb is Sophia Leone, a 26-year-old Miami-born actress with over 300,000 Instagram followers, was found unresponsive in her Albuquerque apartment on March 1, 2024. Her agency initially reported her death as a possible home invasion homicide, though Albuquerque police later clarified there were no signs of robbery or trauma, labeling it a suspicious death, pending toxicology results. Sophia was vibrant, kind, and loved by so many. She was more than her job. She was a sister, a friend. We're still waiting for answers, and it's hard not knowing what happened. Sophia's death came amid a string of tragedies in the adult industry, with performers like Jessie Jane and Cagney Lynn Carter dying in early 2024. Her case remains open, with police awaiting further evidence to determine if foul play was involved. Her family and fans continue to mourn, raising funds to cover funeral costs. Sophia's case is still unfolding, a stark reminder that justice can be slow. These women's stories, though different, share a common thread: lives cut short, families left grieving, and questions about safety and stigma in the adult industry. Emily Sander, Taylor Summers, Suzana Alves, Carol Maltesi, and Sophia Leone were more than their profession. They were individuals with dreams, families, and futures. Their deaths, whether solved or still mysteries, call us to reflect on the vulnerabilities faced by those in the adult industry and the need for greater protections. These tragedies show us the risks performers face, not just on set, but in their personal lives. We need better safety protocols, mental health support, and an end to the stigma that isolates them. As we remember these women, we honor their lives, not just their deaths. Their stories remind us to look beyond the headlines, to see the human beings behind the labels, and to advocate for a world where no one's life is cut short by violence.